I have dropped the strongest sword in Hypixel Skyblock. Well, technically. Ain't no way. We finally have enough money. Oh my gosh, dude. Holy shit, boys. 3, 2, 1. I'm so stoked, baby. Alright, damage test, you guys ready? With our G-Drag? Hell yeah. 1 dub. Holy shit, 1.2. But before we can get into showing off the sword, there are only 3 main ways that the Claymore is being used right now, which are ghosts, dungeons, as well as lastly slayers. And at the end of our test, we're going to be rating the Claymore from best overall use of the weapon, the price of the weapon, as well as, and lastly, the damage. While I have your attention, don't forget to subscribe. Much appreciated. Thank you. Look at this beautiful Dark Claymore, dude. It's actually fucking cracked, bro. Oh my, I don't know. I'm just so happy that I was able to even unlock this at the start, dude. Thank you everybody for helping me get this. I try it out on tier 5 reds as well as tier 4 SVENs. The armor that we'll be using is Burning Crimson Helmet with 3/4 Necron on Legion with all perfect Jaspers, and as well as Dominance 5 on all of our equipment. Magic Power Stone that we're going to be using is Hurtful because it gives us a great strength and crit damage that evens out, making us deal even more damage, right? That was quick. Holy shit. All right, so if you guys did not know, there's a little kind of a cheese I want to teach you guys real quick. Yeah, all right, so we're gonna be respawning once we kill this golden ghoul. All right, if you just stand in this corner, you will not get hit by the TNTs, bro. Let's see how fast we can actually slap this guy real quick. Holy shit, bro, dude, we deal so much damage. That's actually so cracked, bro. What the fuck? That's so quick. All right, next test. We're going to be testing out on SVENs and hopefully we drop a Celestai, but let's get the XP for it real quick. All right, I think this might spawn it real quick. All right, dude. Holy shit. All right, so first damage is bang. 1.4 million damage, bro. Another bang. This is so fucking overpowered, dude. Jesus Christ. But yeah, there you have it, bro. 2 tap SVENs. Oh, that's a lot of damage, dude. Holy shit. All right, next test. And for our next test, we're going to be testing this bad boy out on Ghosts. The armor that we'll be using is Renowned Sorrows on everything with Legion 5, which is actually going to be so cracked though. Jeez. We're going to be using a Golden Dragon with us as well, level 200, and let's see how much damage we can actually obtain. Oh, bro, look at that. We're dealing 950 damage, bro, or 930, I guess, which is actually insane for like a full set of sorrows, right? Not needing a Warden helmet, not needing, you know, any other Crimson helmet and whatever, just full sorrows, which is absolutely cracked. That means we can actually start doing sorrow grinding if we wanted to, right? We're not obtaining 1 million damage overall, but the thing is we also have fire aspect on this bad boy, meaning that we're going to be getting at least maybe 1.01 mil damage each time we hit it. So technically we are considerably one-tapping this, which is absolutely cracked, dude. And of course the healing or the vampirism on this bad boy, once you kill a mob, heals you to instant health. So grinding this with just a Claymore is actually viable for me though. It was just absolutely cracked, dude. This weapon does not disappoint, dude. Jesus. For our last test, we're going to be testing out our Claymore in Master Mode Floor 5s. Our gear that we'll be using is very botched. Please don't judge me. It's full Swarms with Ancient Reforge as well as Legion enchantments. And yeah, it's not maxed out yet. I know. We're going to be slowly maxing this out slowly but surely. But for our pet, we're going to be using a Golden Dragon level 200. And for our accessories, we have 1,247 at Silky Reforge with 863 crit damage. For our tuning points, we put all of it into movement speed so we can go crazy. Now, without any like blessings or anything from the start, our damage is at 312, which is actually pretty nice too. Like, ow. And for the mage of the mage, for the job of the mage is for you to sit in the beautiful blood room and you just click on mobs for real, which is insane. 3-tapping it from the start, which is absolutely magnificent. We are 1-tapping blood mobs without any Minos relics as 2, but this is just floor 5, right? So it's not as tanky as the other floors, which is honestly, I'm just so happy that we can finally, if we want to, we could finally start LC. I mean, for real, it's insane. For blood mobs, we're doing at least 3 million damage, which is absolutely cracked, right? God damn. It's just so satisfying and beautiful, dude. I'm just dying to one hit. It's just perfect mint in my pepper for real. So after like maybe mid of the run, our DPS is at 560, 400, 730, bro. Wow. That's actually so, dude, that's too much damage, bro. If you ask me, like, what the fuck? 823 million damage, dude. No words, dude. I don't have no words. God damn. 840. 850. Jesus. Now this is what I've been waiting for all of this floor, is to be able to solo this livid bots on my own. Hopefully nobody shoots them, because I am dead because Party Finder is goofy. Ah, dude. I have no idea how much damage I did. How much damage did I do? There you have it, folks. Damn, bro. That was actually really, really fun. Not gonna lie, that was so fun. Now for the ratings. Damage. For the best damage sword in the game, this really held up to my expectations. 1.4 million damage. Never in my career in Skyblock that I ever thought of actually hitting that milestone. And honestly, this was like a kind of a game changer for me, because it's opening up to a new content to grind. But we'll discuss that in a little bit. My rating for this weapon on damage is 10 out of 10. Price. Gee, 2.7 billion coins. We spent that much on a singular item. For this price, honestly, I don't think it's worth it unless you are higher than 10 billion net worth, somewhere around there, just because there are way more items to obtain before buying this item. The raw cost of this Claymore is 270 million coins, which honestly is decent for its raw form. 3 out of 10. 3 from being worth it, and missing another 7 because you still need another 7 billion coins to get it to its full potential. Items including Chimera enchantment, talismans, golden dragon, 1 billion bank, and of course your armor. That's a lot of items. How useful is it? As I mentioned from the beginning, it is only used in 3 ways in Skyblock, including dungeons, slayers, lastly ghosts, also known as sorrows. My rating for this weapon is 4 out of 10. If you're in my streams, I've always mentioned that there are 5 main ways to play this game. Content is Kudra, dungeons, slayers, farming, and mining. Since a Claymore can be only used in dungeons, out of the 5 main content, excluding slayers because there are way better items to use in tier 4 void moons as well as crimson slayers, I'll be rating this item 4 out of 10. 4 from being the best damage sword in the game, missing a 6 because it's not you can't really use it in many other ways. For overall rating of this weapon, 5.6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 if you round it up. I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you think the Claymore is used for, or are you going to buy it?